Jeremy again, and happy Monday to you, and welcome back to another edition of Tailored Tips. I wholeheartedly hope that these videos on a weekly basis are adding value to your life, and if you're enjoying them, if they are adding value to your life, then share them with someone else. And also, don't forget to link up with me on other social media outlets. My handle, my name on all of them, I'll put it right here, okay? Right here. D.R.E.A.M Taylor. You can link up with me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, you name it. But let's stay connected. Let's continue growing this relationship. And I know we don't have much time, so here's today's message. If you ask not, guess what? You can probably finish this. You have not. And the reason why I want to speak on this today is because recently I've ran into some folks who truly feel that they don't deserve the time of other people. Oftentimes we look out at other successful folks who seem to be busy about their business on a daily basis, and we think, well, man, I probably can't hang out with that person. He's busier than me. He's got a lot of work to do. He's got family time. When at the end of the day, uber successful people, matter of fact, people who are living lives of significance know that they didn't get there on their own, and so they're more likely to throw the rope back, but they're waiting on you to ask. You know, a lot of people, they're not out just fishing through folks looking for someone that they can mentor. Now, that's not a bad thing to do, but more times than not, they're looking for someone to ask them what they know. And so a couple of quick stories just goes like this for me and how it's added value to my life. I think back on the first mentor that I had in my network marketing business, or one of the first mentors. His name was Greg. I reached out to Greg, and he was earning a substantial income, and you know, he had a lifestyle that was pretty consistent with mine before he began building the business and made that transition from an employee to an entrepreneur. And I remember reaching out to him, and I knew in my mind that if he said no, there was other people that were making multiple six figures that I could reach out to and request their time. You know, he made some stipulations and created some boundaries around spending time with them because he wanted to protect his time with his family, and obviously he had to continue growing himself. But the cool thing about that relationship is we built a great friendship, and in turn he said, one of the best things that happened for me, Jeremy, is the fact that you sought my mentorship, and in order to add value to you, I had to keep adding value to me, so it forced me to grow. You know, I think about Clifton, dear friend of mine who blessed me with writing the foreword for my first book. You know, and that project was birthed out of the first meeting that he and I had at an Old Charlie's over lunch almost 2 years ago. I didn't know until that meeting that, you know, he was connected with NASCAR great Jeff Gordon, country music icon Blake Shelton, and you know, world-renowned leadership expert Ken Blanchard. I had no idea that he knew those people and had personal relationships with them, and he blessed little old me with his time. And I remember when I reached out to him, here's what really inspired me about that meeting is he had just come off of a speaking engagement. Matter of fact, he was in the Carolinas for like 3 or 4 days. It was his birthday, and he had every right to spend time with his wife and kids, but he said, I'll meet with you because I can tell that you're hungry. You're willing to drive any amount of miles to meet with me. And I even told him, I'll pay for your time, whatever it's worth. And I remember he said, I really like O'Charlie's. And so that let me know he was a humble guy just like myself. And one other quick story. Recently I spoke at a high school with an FCA group. And over a year ago, as a matter of fact, it was like last summer, I spoke to a large organization, the Hugh O'Brien Leadership Organization, Hobie, right? And they were in Kentucky, and one young man that was in the crowd, I call him a super stud. His name was Will. He started following me on Snapchat, and he messaged me recently and said, hey, there's some people at my school that are hungry for the word, and I would love for you to come inspire them. Could you come speak at our FCA group on one Thursday morning? And, you know, I had the choice to say no. And that's what we all have to come to grips with is the worst thing that someone can say is no. But if you ask not, you have not. Ask the people who have what you want to have. Reach out and ask the people who've been where you want to go, who know what you want to know. And at the end of the day, you'll be surprised at how many people truly want to pour into your life and help you get a little bit better than you are. So I hope today's tip finds you well, serves you well. As always, to dream is to do. Nothing happens until something moves. And if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. I'll see you next time.